Stephanie Bechara.
Stephanie Bechara.
Stephanie Bechara.
Stephanie Bechara.
Stephanie Bechara.
Stephanie Bechara.
Stephanie Bechara joins us now. What's new in your world, Steph?
Well, I'll start off talking about autism and how it's becoming more and more common among students.
This new PIP reform places more responsibility on the policyholders rather than the insurance companies. This is why people who've been scammed in the past question this new law.
As you can see behind me, this is an abandoned car submerged in water. This is just one of the many examples here in Suwannee County. The thieves managed to disconnect the store's alarm system, but they forgot one thing. This surveillance camera caught it all on tape. Due to other witnesses' accounts, the Putnam County Sheriff's Office is requesting the help of the public in finding a potential witness. A white male with dark hair driving a hunter green Toyota Tundra may have more information. Stephanie Bechara, GTN News, working for you. The event will give members of the community, students and professors the chance to stomp the swamp by walking or running up and down the stadium steps in order to fundraise for autism. But it doesn't just stop with a phone call. These scammers are coming to your homes and pretending to read your meters, when in reality there is no way to tell at a simple glance if you've consumed too much energy.
This new PIP reform places more responsibility on the policyholders rather than the insurance companies. This is why people who've been scammed in the past question this new law.
Lights, camera, action. Staged accidents? They happen. Many dishonest drivers will maneuver their vehicles to engage innocent motorists into vehicle crashes.
I didn't deserve to get sued because, she didn't hurt. She told me everything was all right. And then she tries to sue me for injuries that she had already.
Even though the top cities for staged accidents in Florida are large urban areas like Tampa and Miami, Janine Miller, a 22-year-old Santa Fe College student, says this incident took place in Hernando County.
Her car had less damage than mine did. My car got all the scratch.
Janine, driving a small four-door car such as this one, says she barely bumped into the other vehicle. The minor collision occurred when she merged onto the left lane and the other automobile sped up and hit her rear tire. According to the Insurance Information Institute, Florida drivers have been paying a cumulative fraud tax of $658 million annually. This amounts to $58 more for each vehicle in the state per year. In March, Governor Rick Scott signed the PIP reform, which promises to crack down on fraudulent activity by changing the way PIP benefits are accounted for. However, Jeffrey Meldon, an accident attorney in Gainesville, says consumers are being left with a law that only pads the pockets of the insurance companies.
Citizens of Ocala and Gainesville, we're really getting the short end of the stick because the people here don't commit fraud. We're losing 75% of our benefits. We're not going to get any significant reduction in our premiums. And what's it all about? It's for insurance companies to make more profit.
But the spokesperson for III says that will not be the case for long.
The problem is that the fraud doesn't stay in one city, because once the authorities come and try to control it, they start moving to other places. And now they've been moving up north. And areas such as Jacksonville now are being affected by this problem of fraud.
Whether the PIP reform will benefit insurance companies or the consumer, only time will tell. As for Janine, she immediately reported her suspicions to the insurance company.
It happened, has it been a year?
She discovered this was not the first time the other driver was caught in a scam. And even though her payment did not go up right then and there, her insurance cost did go up with time.
This new PIP law is in effect as of this month. To see the changes this new law will bring, you can visit www.putthebrakesonaccidentfraud.com. Stephanie Bechara, GTN News, working for you. The high unemployment rate and the number of house foreclosures has created an increase in the cases of homelessness in the Sunshine State, where things are no longer looking so bright for some.
Cars, motels, streets, and shelters are what nearly 60,000 Floridians have come to call home. The economic recession has taken mercy on no one and added new numbers to the equation. families. According to the Department of Agriculture, 30% of children in Marion County are homeless. Most counties in north central Florida are on the red. Marion County's homeless children liaison, Suzanne McGuire, says a decade ago there were about 200 homeless children in the county. But now that number has multiplied to more than 2,000.
You know, as surprising or as shocking as that number is, the one thing I always tell people with it is that no matter what number we give you, it's never completely accurate, because we have a family living in shelter and it's a single mom with 3 children and only one is school age. So the number I count is the one school age, but if we provide assistance to the family, we're helping 3 children. You have to have some of every size on hand.
Clothes,
All the time.
food,
Sadly lacking.
and hygiene items such as soap and deodorant are some of the things McGuire collects for the needy students she comes across with. But what about those kids who don't go to school? Nicole Conrad fell in a dark place with her 2 toddlers, making little Paul and Mariah part of that uncounted population. Fortunately, she says, Shepherd's Lighthouse, a transitional home for single mothers who are homeless, lit the way for these 3.
Well, they're kind of used to moving from place to place, which is kind of sad, but I just tell them that we're just here right now until I find a job, and then they'll have their own room and we'll have our own place and we can all be together again as a family.
The unemployment rate in Marion County is 10%. However, the case manager for Shepherd's Lighthouse, Teresa Chambers, says this is not a surprise.
It's harder to get jobs for them, and every time a company closes, it's that much longer before the moms and children are able to get on their feet.
Shepherd's Lighthouse has 12 of the 54 transitional housing beds in Ocala. Chambers says this is not nearly enough for the growing homeless population.
Conrad can now pick up her kids from daycare, along with other single moms, and tries to lead some sort of normal life at the shelter.
Keep praying, keep your head up. There is someone there to help you. You just gotta want the help.
She has a job interview lined up, and for the sake of little Paul and Mariah, hopes to earn the position in order to leave the shelter behind.
If you wish to get involved and help mothers like Nicole, you can by visiting www.theshepherdslighthouse.org. Stephanie Bechara, GTN News, working for you.